Hi there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Peter. I'm going to be doing our thoughts of the day today, and it comes from one of my favourite stories in the Bible. So many of you will probably know the story of the prodigal son from Luke chapter 15, the parable which Jesus told about a younger son who basically told his father he didn't want a relationship with him, all he wanted was his possessions, and then when he had them he ran off and squandered them. And eventually he came to his senses and returned to his father, and there's that great image, isn't there, of the father running out to meet his son and embracing him. And as you probably know, God represents the father in the story, and we are all a bit like that younger son. We've all sinned, but there is always a way back for us to be saved if we return to God. But I sometimes think, actually, that with this story, we miss out the end of the younger son's story, because we always remember the father hugging the son, that beautiful image. But the story didn't just end with that. It ended with a celebration, with the father giving him grace upon grace upon grace. So let me read verses 21 and 22. The son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate, for this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." So they began to celebrate. Now, the son's original plan had actually been to ask to be the father's slave. The father, in response, didn't say, "Yeah, you can be my slave." What he does is he welcomed him back as a son. So what the son rehearsed was this: "Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." But the son isn't able to get through that speech because the father interrupts him. The father says, "No, you are my son, and I'm going to treat you as a son." And in the story, the father then gives his son more and more gifts. It starts in verse 22. Bring the best robe and put it on him. So his dirty rags are gone. He gets the best robe. Put a ring on his finger. Put sandals on his feet. The father wants to give him more and more. You see, the story hasn't just ended when the son returned. And God is the same with us today. So he doesn't just save us. He welcomes us as his children. He wants to give us gift after gift. So I'm not just saved, I'm not just forgiven. There is grace upon grace. If you're trusting in Jesus, you're also loved, you're accepted, you're welcomed, you're chosen by him, you're the apple of his eye. He hears your prayers, his spirit lives inside you. Zephaniah 3:17 says this: "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." So like that verse says, God is the mighty warrior who saves us. Like, praise be to God for that. But he doesn't just stop at saving. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he won't rebuke you. He'll rejoice over you with singing. And so the prodigal son story closes in verse 23. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. The fattened calf, the meal for the most special of occasions. The father says that time is now. You coming home, that is my special occasion. God is thrilled when you come back to him. And so when that happens, he throws a massive party in heaven. You see, the prodigal son story didn't just end when the son came back. It ended with a celebration because he's come back. And what is there? There is grace upon grace upon grace. Amen.